If you'd like to sponsor Still Got Game, give us a call at 773-527-2961 or email us at podcast@tooltoplay.com. Hey now! Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Still Got Game, episode 463, Still Got Game's official podcast of tooltoplay.com. I am, as always, Derek D. Smooth Nolan.
And I am Raj, aka Hit.
I'm Chris Selden, 007 Selden.
I'm James Yount.
Raj is back, aka Hit, of course, but he's back with us this week. Hit's had some internet troubles up in Canada, but we're hoping that his internets are steady and stable for the show tonight. What made you trust them more tonight than last week, or just you want?
It hasn't happened in like 5 days or so. So
okay.
Even though they text me today with update being like, yeah, we can't find what's wrong. Like, good thing it hasn't happened 5 days, or I'll be mad.
Nice.
But we'll see. Who knows? Could drop whenever. You never know.
We're flying without a net tonight, but it's good to have you back, Hit. This is good. So at least we got 4 of the 5 horsemen.
5.
Oh, we got Tiff.
Oh, Tiff counts?
I miss Tiff.
Yeah, maybe at the beginning of July we'll get her back. So, but I guess why don't we just get the show started? We'll jump right into the mailbag for feedback and questions from last week's show. And remember, if you want to leave us a voicemail, it will cut you off after a minute. Crooked One comments. I'm new to the podcast since I needed something to listen to on my recently restarted commute. Yours came recommended, and I've really been enjoying it.
Who recommended it?
This is always
another
Yant's
random
question.
Google.
Yes, Yant always wants you to rat out your source. So yes,
Yeah,
Crooked One, let us know who told you.
Yeah, well, we want to know because that means we can really get pushing on that.
Oh, so you always assume that it's not a human. I always assume that it's a person that recommended it. You always assume it's a site that recommended it.
Yeah.
I would always
because remember that one guy
first.
actually he said that one time he's like, yeah, I saw you guys on the
that's
Google
right,
Play Store or whatever, like
Amazon.
What?
Yeah, or the
Amazon
podcast. That's right. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
So like that's why I'm curious if it's actually a person or if it's a I don't think either way. I just think it's either a person or if it's some site that's telling you like, hey.
Yeah. Let us know, Crooked One. Maybe you did go to like a video games podcast site and it recommended us. So
It's gotta be. It can't be a person. Like who?
Yeah, it's
who
gotta
sits
be
ar-
like
who sits around being like, "Hey, Selden, you know what? Have you ever heard of this podcast? I think you might like it. I know we weren't talking about podcasts, but you look like a podcast guy, and I think this podcast would be for you."
All right. You definitely nailed Selden looks like a podcast guy.
wow.
Like, I just don't know how that comes up. Like, one, you need to know that Selden is into podcasts. 2, you need to know that he's a gamer. It's like, wow, this is already deep in. Like,
All right.
it's got to be a site. It's got to be.
I
Honestly,
like
when somebody from work asks me what podcast I listen to, gaming's not where I first go.
Right.
I go to the ones that make me seem a little more intelligent.
Wow. I
How
tell
dare you,
everybody
Selden?
that
Okay,
I listen to
we
gaming
need a new
podcasts
vote.
and that I
Selden's
do a
here,
gaming
go.
podcast. Yes. Selden's obviously embarrassed by our hobby. So
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Why don't we just move on before Selden derails us more? All right. Wendy Witch comments. I've wanted to start gaming with my BF, but he only plays shooters. I prefer RPGs, sports, and racing games. From listening, I know that you all play shooters, but I know you branch out as well. Can you recommend a game or suggest we could play together?
Suggest a game we could play together.
Yeah.
Sea of Thieves.
There
That's
you
just my
go.
default answer to everything,
Sea of
really.
Thieves is a good answer.
It is a good answer,
that
actually.
itches the shooter itch, although you feel like there's not actually any skill to the shooting.
It gets you the questing going,
Yeah.
Yeah,
you can drive. You can technically race boats. I mean, not really racing, but I mean, you can.
That's
so
a
you're
really
driving.
good suggestion.
Yeah.
I'm super biased.
I know.
Super biased.
I know you're super biased, but still,
That's okay.
That
Okay.
isn't where I would have gone with this. I can't even remember what I was thinking of because yours was good, but
I would, my first instant was like, there's a lot of RPGs that you can play multiple people, and stuff in and open worlds and stuff like that. But once again, that might be closer to the shooter side that she doesn't want to, or he doesn't want to get into.
I was thinking more like a Diablo. It's kind of RPG-ish. It's shooter-ish, but not first person. Tons of loot, like shitloads of loot. Because I hadn't played Diablo in years, and then when Diablo 3 came out back on the Xbox 360, we jumped on that, and then they updated it for the Xbox One and everything else. But yeah, I don't know. Oh, Forza. Well, but that's not going to itch his itch. That's going to itch your itch.
How about something like, I know it's not, they're not the
Horizons.
greatest games,
Yeah.
but how about the Marvel Avengers game? That game could, it's still a fairly good game. It gets you
No,
a
he's
lot
not
of
gonna like
different
that.
genres.
He's not gonna like
no,
that.
because it doesn't have the real people.
No, nobody cares about that.
I did that just for you, Hit.
Nobody cares.
Welcome
about that.
back, buddy.
Uh,
I said it so straight faced that it came out awesome. Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough call. Selden plays everything, so he's
Destiny 2. Destiny 2.
No,
Stop.
I don't think so.
stop.
Yeah, if you're not a shooter person, you can't play Destiny. But no, I think Hits Sea of Thieves may have been the best of those examples, because even when you are shooting in PvP, it's more of just like random generation. Like there's
Number one Game Pass game.
there's no rhyme or reason to whether your blunderbuss hits or not, your pistol hits or not.
Top
They're
10
all just
on
random.
Steam.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Just partnered with Disney.
Yeah. Yep.
Grounded. Grounded is a good game. I would
Yeah,
say.
Grounded.
Well,
Grounded.
Grounded's another.
That's-
Selden came out of nowhere now. Finally pulled something.
I was
out that
thinking Grounded too. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
thinking Grounded too. I was
Um,
talking about that in the E3. Like, man, I wish I could get into that game because, like, I don't know how to play that game.
Yeah, I
every
wish I could too. I didn't either.
Wow, what do I do?
Yeah, I got to revisit it. It's been a long time since I played it, but
Yeah, it's been a while for me too.
I mean, Fallout 76. It's kind of
That might be a little too
Never.
shootery. Yeah,
Never.
Plus, it's broken. But all right. Well, at least we gave you some ideas.
Yeah,
So
lots to go off of.
yeah, Wendy Witch, especially if he's a Xbox guy and has Game Pass, you already have Sea of Thieves. You actually already have the Grounded as well. Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, just try some shit out and come back to us and let us know how it worked out. So because we're actually curious. So all right, next up, Not Chris Jericho asks, I like all you. Might have put an oven there, but I'll fix it for you on the fly. Not Chris Jericho.
All right, back. All right, back.
Like all of you, was waiting for the E3 news on Halo Infinite. I am confused, I think, though. Is multiplayer a separate game than the campaign since it's free? Are they both coming at the same time?
I get where
Yeah.
people are having problems with that because everybody thinks like, oh, well, COD came out and then they have like a big battle royale. So is it making it free? It's always been free. The multiplayer's always been free.
No,
It's always the
multiplayer has
campaign that you're
not
playing
always been
for.
free for Halo.
What are we talking about? Halo.
Well, no, not the map packs, maybe, but
No, the multiplayer
No,
has
no, no.
not
no, the
always been
multiplayer.
free.
No, the multiplayer has always been hidden behind the Xbox
Hidden
Live
behind, hidden behind the
Yeah.
game. So not Chris Jericho was confused about whether multiplayer was separate from the campaign because the campaign's free, or are they coming at the same time? And actually, this is something that Shadow has created some confusion for in our own Discord.
Yeah, I don't even know why. It
yeah.
was so blatant in the thing. I'm like, oh, cool. They went out of their way to be like, hey, these are both coming together. And then Shadow's
Yeah.
like,
What?
what's
But
happening? What?
But no, after Shadow
They didn't
posted
even
that-
show campaign. Like,
Well, no,
what?
they
Did you
showed-
not watch?
No, they showed campaign, but after
I
Shadow
know.
said that, I looked, and it does say on that list of title cards of games coming, it only says Halo multiplayer.
Yeah, on that little thumbnail, yes.
Yeah.
But if you go to the end of the trailer, it shows like both of them sliding in and then fading out to the date.
To the date? Okay.
Yeah. Like, they both like come in on the sides and
So it obviously confused more than one person because the way that they presented it is not super clear.
I saw it right away. I don't know.
All right, so not Chris Jericho, according to Hit.
You just have to
They're
be
both
paying
coming
attention.
the same time.
I don't know.
Yeah, and I think I listened to Pactor his last show. I think he's a friend of the show, isn't he, Derek?
Yeah, Pack Attack, yeah.
Yeah, but he was saying that he thinks that a lot more games are going to be doing this 2-point release, basically, where you're going to have the war zone or the multiplayer come out as a free pack, and then a campaign is going to come out as a separate. They're going to basically come together, but they're going to be going to do a lot more free to play type of scenario to try to draw that money from that side.
Nice.
With the the add-ons and things like that. So he said it's a trend and he likes to see where it's going. And
yeah,
I think it's Halo's right there. It's doing the same thing that Warzone's doing for the most part.
Yeah, I'm pumped for it. So, all right, and last but certainly not least, Altius asks, another virtual E3 is in the books. What were your favorite parts? Least favorite? Biggest surprises? Do you think they can ever go back to a real show, or does direct consumer information win?
I still hold the stance that I've been saying for the last 2 years. So almost like a broken record here.
Well, my favorite parts were definitely the Halo stuff. Some tears may have been shed. I was also a huge fan of the Sea of Thieves fucking
that was my highlight.
Twist. That was out of nowhere. I didn't even see that coming. And then
total surprise.
I was also surprised by Forza, because we had a Forza Horizon game and no Forza proper, and then they dropped another Forza Horizon game, which is pretty sick.
I think it's because they're a little bit easier to make than the other one.
All right. Well,
Derek, because
I think it looks awesome.
Just
no,
given
phenomenal.
their back and forth schedule, like Horizons proper was up next. It had been shown recently.
Yeah.
So it's just the fact that these guys came out with Horizons, like, wait a second, I thought we were getting
Forza proper.
Horizon. Yeah. So is Forza proper delayed maybe or pushed back? I don't know.
Because we saw it and Tiff and I were both like, oh, it's Forza, and then I was like, huh? And then she's like, this looks more like a Horizon.
Yeah, like, no. as the trailer started going along, it's like, yo, this looks more like Horizons.
And I was like, no, because the next one is supposed to be the proper, and then it wasn't. And I was like, well, this is actually the Forza games I like, or the Horizon ones.
Yeah.
So I'm all in on this. Well, it's not like I couldn't be all in because it's part of Game Pass, but I'll buy whatever DLC they have. So
the game I was most shocked about and I thought was excited about was Redfall.
Oh, Redfall was like the and one more thing. Yes, yep.
Yeah.
Well, even before it was shown, it was like, yo, Phil Spencer's coming out, and they're closing it. Like, this has got to be huge.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's usually the Halo time, and now it's
crazy. Well, it's crazy because I actually saw an article. Somebody was talking about like how they started out with no Halo news right off the bat. It was all Bethesda.
Yeah.
Which was awesome, and then they brought into the Halo stuff in the middle, and then they come out with another bang that wasn't Halo. So I was kind of interesting the way they played it this year.
Oh yeah, they took Todd Howard out of his little box and they put him out on stage, and he was all little like, "I'm Todd Howard, I run Bethesda."
I think the shadows of the world don't realize that because of the merger of those two companies, like the amount of stuff that they have now, it's just like
it's not
ballooned. So like our standard 90-minute show with Microsoft, we would normally get like maybe 10-15 minutes with Halo. We don't have enough time for that. So like Halo only got like, was it 5-6 minutes?
Oh.
And it was one of the longer ones. So like
look how
when like Shadow's complaining like, oh, they didn't show us campaign, like they did. Like they had a short window.
It was quick. Yeah.
They showed us the overview of the world, how it looks now compared to what it was last year when people complained.
Yeah.
They showed us a little bit about the story. I actually kind of did not want to see that because like, I kind of wanted.
Yeah,
it was a campaign spoiler, but whatever. And then they showed us that what 2.5 minute multiplayer trailer, and that was
Yeah.
it for Halo. Like they had to like keep going. That's all. That was the rest of the show. Like
Well,
big game, little game, big game, little game,
if
and
you
like
look at what E3 used to be, Microsoft had their press event, and we always went to the Bethesda press event. So now you've got 3 hours of combined coverage to crush into
yeah.
to an hour and a half. So
Yeah, and I think they did a great job with it too, because even the small games, they gave a good chunk of time to everything that they put up there too. It wasn't just a quick splash screen like, oh, this is coming. Oh, this is coming.
no,
It was like, this is coming. This is what it looks like.
Yeah.
This is how it's going to play. Okay, now we'll move on to the next. It's
no, and some of the
so-
stuff seemed like 12 minutes. I thought got forgotten after last year's fake E3. And that was a game I was super interested in. That one that just keeps looping over and over and over, and you learn a little more each time. And then they brought that back up. They finally gave a release date to it and everything else. So yeah,
And the other reason why I like this format is like they left out a lot of games that I was actually expecting. So this actually makes me look forward to, like, they didn't just use up all their inventory for E3,
no,
right?
exactly. Yep.
Like
you're
we're
right.
still missing Perfect Dark. There's that that Viking-ish game,
Oh,
horror.
yeah, I know
I
what you're talking
forgot
about.
what it was
Yeah,
called.
yeah.
But yeah, there was like I think there was like one more big game that they haven't. Oh, Fable! Like
Oh,
yeah.
I thought we were gonna see Fable and Perfect Dark. Honestly, I thought
Yeah,
we
I
were gonna
did
see
too,
those,
but no.
but
no.
no. So like, this will make you look forward to the future. Like I don't know.
Nope.
I wish they would have showed us more of Starfield and Outer Worlds too.
So you,
though.
but that's the
Well,
thing.
but-
You can say
but
that
see-
about all the
Yeah.
everything they showed us. It's just they have too much to show us, so we couldn't spend a lot
I
of time.
get
with
it, but I
everything.
would like to have a little glimpse of, instead of just doing a teaser trailer, I would like to have a little glimpse of
See,
what the,
I'm
You
the
know what
same
they
way
gave
with
us about
Halo.
Starfield is the one thing that's the most important is they were like exclusive. like we dealt with the shit last year after E3 where they're like, well, we're gonna deal with the Sony exclusives that they have, and we'll keep those going. They'll be exclusive for a year. Now it's like, fuck you. We bought this shit. This is ours, exclusive. You want to play
Yeah.
Starfield? Pick up fucking Xbox or a PC. So
Did any of you guys play Stalker? The first one?
No,
I-
that's when I
that was-
watched that
that was like-
trailer, I was like, "There's a Stalker 1."
yeah,
Yeah, I
played
thought so too, and I was like, this seemed kind of interesting. It seemed like it plays, kind of that weird, like storyline. I don't know, hard to explain it. I don't know. It
It's
seemed
like
really
a
weird.
supernatural shooter kind of thing.
Yeah.
I played the first one. They gave to me, so I played for a little bit, but it wasn't super my kind of game. But now, like looking at the second one, I'm like, wow, maybe I should go back and play more of that. So I don't know.
Yeah, I liked how Microsoft they were making sure they said Xbox exclusive instead of Microsoft exclusive this time too.
Yep.
So getting that brand
Well,
out
it's just
there.
because now their branding is just more than Microsoft. Like they got
Yeah.
so many companies now.
Yeah.
Did you guys also feel like a lot of things that were announced so far were a lot of like, oh, we have an expansion coming? I felt like there's a lot of that.
Well, that's what I was saying earlier. Like, a lot of their format was big game, like filler, big game filler.
It
Like,
kinda
that was the back and
it
forth.
was almost an alternation the whole time. Yep.
But the only thing I hated was like big game was 2022, and I'm like, come on, give me something.
I did
That's what I
like
felt like the whole time. I
the
was like, give me something at this point, just something.
I did like the expansion for Flight Simulator with the warplanes.
Oh yes,
That was pretty sick.
You mean
I
Top
didn't
Gun?
realize that was also
Maverick?
announcing that it was coming for Xbox. Which I
No,
didn't-
we talked about this last week when you weren't on Hit
Hmm.
because they had done a patch to change the base install of Flight Simulator from
yeah.
180
I know.
gigs down
I know.
to 80.
I installed it.
Okay, so that's obviously geared for console because you can't burn 180 gigs out of the S because that's pretty much almost all the S has. So yeah, no, I was excited for that too. To the other part of Altius's question, do you think they ever go back to a real show? I don't think so.
No, I don't
That's
think so
that's
either.
where my comment came from. Like
No.
I've been saying it for years. I think that was the death of E3.
No,
I
and-
think they're going to try one time
no.
to bring it back.
I just
for
don't think
in
it'll
person.
ever go back to the way it was. Like, if something will exist, well, it just won't be what it was.
No.
What they'll have to do is they'll have to do back the way it originally was. If they want to try it, they'd have to make it a big press event and not open to the
But
public.
it's not even just them. It's like convincing like the Sonys and the Nintendos
all
that
those
it's
guys to come
worthwhile.
back. Yeah.
And they it's too late now. Like the
Yeah.
pandemic just pushed them over that edge, especially Nintendo and like Sony. Like is like
Sony hasn't been there. in a
no
few
showed
years
this
anyway,
thing.
So.
Yep.
they didn't show us nothing.
No,
Like
No.
no trailers, no nothing.
no. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's coming back. Even this year, we talked about it last week, hit when you weren't on, but they wanted you to give traffic data and everything else to get qualified for a media version of the online E3. So and I think it was like 10,000 uniques per month and everything else. Like this is to get some
A
other
virtual
version of
pass.
the stream. Like
Right.
they're going back to when they were too restrictive and everybody got mad and they lowered those things. But they did it for something that wasn't even a real show. So yeah, I think this is the swan song of E3, which is sad because I'll miss Packers Party and all these other things. But
Not even that, but like the Summer Games Fest has now like gotten a foothold. This is their second year.
yeah,
Jeff Knightley seems to be getting momentum in the
Jeff
industry.
Keighley?
Yeah, sorry.
you
Keighley.
always say Jeff Knightley and I get confused.
Yeah,
but
yeah, sorry. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'll ever go back. Like, I think that's the other thing. Like, a lot of these guys keep mentioning like E3, like this is E3, and I was like, it's not really E3.
Yeah,
like,
it's not. Like, and I know you fucking
You're not
suck
even
off
affiliated.
you suck off Game Over Greggy like it's going over like yesterday's lunch. But Game Over Greggy and fucking Golden Boy for the Win were probably the two worst hosts on the planet. They made everything seem like it was the biggest deal in the fucking world, and they're like, "Oh, I'm going crazy over here. We're nuts." But they were dumb fucks. They were like little pieces of shit.
Sure.
You can't. Yeah. You're still hoping to get on their shows, so yeah, whatever.
I'm
It's
hoping
okay.
to get on their show. What?
Yeah, I don't care. Yeah, I'll burn them.
I don't
Golden
care
Boy
at
for the
all.
win, Golden Boy for the loss. Game over, Greggy. Yeah, game's over, bitch. All
Mhm.
right, moving on. If you want, yeah, you saw that hit. Yeah, it was nice. If you have
The
anything-
comments made by Derek Nolan do not.
no, they do reflect the
No,
host of
they
Do
Steel
not
don't.
Game.
express
No,
anyone
no.
else in this.
So if any of you have feedback, give us a call, 773-527-2961, or email us at podcast@tooltoplay.com. And on that, why don't we hop on over what we're playing? Hit, what have you been playing?
Call of Duty, Sea of Thieves. That's about it, I think. Yeah, can't think of anything else.
Right, fair enough.
A little bit of Flight Simulator. I installed that update, which was more like uninstalling the game and making you re-download the game.
Yeah,
It didn't, like,
nothing changed, but
not.
you
it was
did a
just like,
lot
yo,
of
you
downloading and
motherfuckers.
uploading,
Yeah,
yes.
you
Yep.
motherfuckers. Like, all right,
You tried that in VR though, right?
I have. Yes.
How'd
I
that
have.
work out? Because I tried it once in VR and it was early on. It was pretty shitty.
It was it's a little shitty. It doesn't look as nice. It's still a little janky in certain spots. Yeah, it's cool. It was really cool, but
but a little
I don't know.
shitty. Flight
Feels
Simulator in VR, cool, but a little
like
shitty.
I kind of
Hitman.
wish you could use like press buttons. You have to use the
yeah,
mouse,
yeah. You have to use the mouse or the keyboard.
which is like
shortcuts, so-
okay, I
that
guess,
takes you out
but
of the immersion.
a little
yeah.
bit,
Yep.
a little bit.
Yeah.
I sometimes I wonder, like, I don't know if something of you thought of this, but like, have you ever thought about investing in like an actual like setup, like with the stick? And,
I thought about getting
Oh.
a flight stick, but the flight stick costs stupid expensive when I was
I know,
looking at it.
I
so-
know. Just
'cause it was
having
right
like
when
a
Flight
proper
Sim came out. So
because when I took off in the VR and I'm like looking around, I'm like, holy shit! Like I wish I was actually holding on to something, except there was a controller. Like,
Yeah, you're like, this is super realistic. This is how people fly planes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. It's cool though. I don't know. It's all right.
Nice. All right, Seldo, what have you been playing?
played a little bit more in Knockout City. Got in a couple hours of Super
Yeah,
Animal
Knockout City.
Royale.
That's it. I played a little bit of that too. A little bit.
Knockout City?
Yeah, you playing
Yeah,
for
it's
free?
fun, right? Yeah.
Oh, so you're gonna hit the cap soon then. Must be under 25.
Yeah, it's yeah. There's definitely the paywall that you hit on a lot of the costumes and stuff you can unlock and things like that.
Are
Which
you
is
gonna keep
shitty.
playing once you hit 25, or are you done?
I'm playing with my son, so we're having a lot of fun just running around together. So I'll keep
So
playing.
there was no
Cool.
answer to your question.
Yeah, I'm not convinced.
Yep.
Yeah.
But other than that, there's nothing else really to play. So I picked up Dirt 5. I was playing a little bit of that. Went back to Gears for a little bit. Played a little bit of that.
Yeah.
But there's just nothing that's driving me to play at this point. So it's a vast wasteland of garbage right now. So
Maybe
Other than
realize
that-
they didn't talk about Gears at all.
No, except
No, they
for
didn't.
I think that was like
saying
the
be
it was
till
one of
first
next year.
E3 without nothing about Gears.
Yeah.
No, they did briefly mention it as one of their top franchises, but that was it.
I'd say that's probably be next year's big
Yeah.
announcement.
Yeah.
Yep.
Other than
Yeah.
that, just my
they
mobile
probably wouldn't
games.
did want to step
So-
on.
Oh, for
Halo
sure.
at all,
No, for sure.
so.
Just yeah. Interesting
Yeah.
tidbit.
How about you? Yeah.
So been playing a little bit more
Oh.
Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront. Yeah, you see it. I did.
I see it, Jan. I can't
Yeah.
even believe that you.
Playing some mobile tag wars just because I need something to do
Yeah,
at work.
I still don't even care about that. It's what
Yep.
you what you took as a recommendation from Selden and played.
This goes back to what Selden said: is there's nothing to play right now. The fact that we're going back and playing all these games, and so I played Super Animal Royale for a couple hours because I could. I also played out Knockout City for a little bit too. It was okay.
By the way, that game that Selden recommended, that
Super Animal
It's-
Royale.
super old, right?
It was out on PC for a few years as
Yeah.
a preview. It never actually
This
never
guy's
went past
recommending 3-year-old games over here.
I know,
Derek.
and
It was
Jan's like,
Jesus
I'll take
Christ,
your recommendation. Yes.
It was new to the Xbox.
He almost tricked me too. He posted it in my Discord, and I'm like, "Oh, this looks really good. Let me look into this." Yo, this looks like fun. 3 years ago.
Whoa.
I'm like,
it's-
"Yo, what the? This guy."
it
What
was
do
a
you-
new
what do
on
you
Xbox
expect
when it
I
came
mean,
out.
we
I
really
know,
have
I
nothing
know.
to play right now.
No, I mean, like, I should have expected that from Selden.
Yeah,
Disclaimer.
Like, I'm more disappointed in myself, to be honest.
yeah,
like,
that you
I
you
fell for
actually
it.
listened to Selden.
Yeah, I
Yes,
fell
yeah.
for
But did you
I
play
was
it?
disappointed too.
No,
No,
You
of
should
course
play
not.
it.
no.
No.
Yeah. No, it was in preview on Steam for a while. It just hit Xbox when I picked it up and started playing a little bit. Then I went back and I saw it was on Steam for a few years, and I was like, oh.
Oh, you're
But by
like,
that time, I'd already said
"Oh, I'm
it's
gonna go retro.
it's a fun game.
Yes,
It's a nice, interesting, quick, casual, game. So I
I'm sure it
I
is.
liked it. So
Yeah.
It looked interesting-ish.
yeah, ish. Ish is the operative word. All right.
hey Derek, what about you?
Well, this week I played some Halo Master Chief Collection with Mr. GBMS. I also continued to play an upcoming PC title that
I
I
don't blame you.
cannot mention. That
Ooh, PC title. So it's
Well,
it's not
I don't believe
console.
you.
oh it's
only
going-
on PC.
Oh no, it's going to be a console title.
Oh, so hold on, update that /console. Everybody, we gotta update this.
But I've been playing
Console.
it on PC.
There we go.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
But
I
I've been
updated it.
playing it on PC so that no one would know what it was.
It's
um,
context though. People need to know this is also on console.
Okay. Well, yes. So I've been playing this, which is
It's coming soon.
this game is infinitely awesome.
Is this a AAA title?
Oh, it's infinitely AAA.
Oh,
We
okay.
might have
So that narrows it down,
already
guys.
seen it.
if this is a continuation of a previous game title, let's say there was like maybe a few versions before this. Which version would you say it most likely played like?
Oh no, I am gonna protect this source of early access to not taint this. So I already risked
All right.
enough by saying it's infinitely
Sure.
awesome.
AAA and PC console people.
Yeah.
We got two tidbits out of him today.
He's not in the rough. He might be on turf.
Oh wow. All right.
No?
So yeah, it's like I said, it's infinitely awesome. And then I played some Wizards Unite, some Pokemon Go, some Toon Blast, whatever. But yeah, the bulk of my time was Halo MCC and comparing that to this
And
other
Halo
game
on
that's
PC.
that's infinitely awesome. So
It was Slime Rancher, wasn't it?
oh, totally yes. All right, on that, why don't we move on over into new releases? And this week, because a new release
can't
was
believe
delayed, we only have one new release this week, which is an old release, but still an awesome release, which is Among Us. And it's out for the Xbox Series X and S and the PS5. And
Hold on a second. Given your own rules about this category, this game should not be on there.
it's sus, Hit. It's sus. Why would I do this? Am I the imposter? Who knows?
There's no consistency. There's
No.
none.
There's not.
The integrity of this show is out the window.
Well, I need
Especially since I just got shit on for recommending Super
Wow.
Animal Royale.
Yeah.
Well, I do always need one new release. So since there were none, I took Among Us, and
Among Us is actually even older than that game, isn't it?
I think it's
Yeah.
like 4 or
Yeah,
5
it's-
years
yeah.
old.
Yeah.
It's pretty damn old.
But I'm excited for Among Us on console. I don't know. I own Among Us now on phone. I own it on the Switch. I own it on everything. So
Yeah, it's definitely a game that's it stewed for a long time, and then all of a sudden some of the streamers started picking up, and it hit like super popular, and now it's everywhere.
Why is it not on PlayStation?
It is now.
yeah, it is.
I think-
Is it?
This drop
I think it's
also
coming
goes
out
for
with-
PlayStation. Yeah.
Oh, I thought. Oh, sorry, I didn't see that. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, he just has it wrong on our little image. It should have Xbox and
I
PlayStation.
was,
that's
I was,
because-
I was wondering why you went with an Among Us thumbnail instead of E3, like for E E3.
Well, because it
Because you're
wasn't
not in
a-
charge of that
Because-
anymore.
God damn it,
You're
man.
just letting it go.
Things
It also
just-
wasn't
Just
a
Out of
don't
control.
just don't look at the border he put on the image, okay?
Mhm.
Inside the image.
Oh,
okay?
man.
The stroke.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Yeah.
Oh no!
If you
Oh,
want to
no.
start doing our images again,
no,
they'll be good.
no.
I can barely use that template you gave me. It's like fucking pulling teeth. So
It's fucking PowerPoint, man.
all right. So on that, why don't we move on over into gaming news? And this week, gaming news has been a little weak because it's all basically E3 shit. So
I'm surprised we're doing news. Okay, all right.
So I'll take the first one.
This is not our standard E3 format.
No, because this doesn't deserve a 3-hour show.
No, just go over the Microsoft conference. I thought, whatever. I assumed.
Pretty much 90% of the news stories are all from the Microsoft press conference. So
Sure. All right. Move it on. Move
All
along.
right. Xbox reveals Starfield and Redfall at E3 press conference. So I think that these are two of the biggest things that came out of the Microsoft presser.
No, that's also wrong.
Yeah,
Oh,
Starfield,
Halo-
no,
it's
I
Halo
definitely
and
don't
Sea of
think so.
Thieves.
The Redfall for sure.
Sea of Thieves and Halo. Come on. Who's this guy?
Starfield-
Am I right?
No.
Am I right, guys? Who's this guy?
Starfield
it's-
being
I'm
not-
trolling.
exclusive-
I'm trolling. I'm trolling.
Yeah.
It's not Halo is not a big thing.
Starfield being exclusive was something that was considered, but people had not yet bought into the fact that that could be. They were like, why would they ever do that? They would definitely put
Just
this out
spent
on
$7 billion. That's why.
Well,
That's a lot of reasons.
that's exactly why we all thought so, but they had not said so. So I actually saw a lot of chatter about PlayStation people that are now like, fuck, I gotta get an Xbox. So I feel like this did exactly what they wanted it to do.
That's what they needed. That's what we've been talking about for I think a year now. This is
Yeah.
what they've needed to do was have more, exclusives, actual exclusives, not this. Well, we got it on PC and play
PC and-
anywhere
yeah,
and
yeah.
blah blah blah.
Yeah, Gear Tactics.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Xbox exclusive.
Yeah. Oh, thanks.
Also on
Yeah.
PC.
Yeah.
still on PC.
I was gonna say I found it
A
funny
year
because a lot of the trolls try to come out on any post that Microsoft had to try to say that their showcase was horrible and it wasn't anything good, and it instantly got shut down. Like in the past years, it's been
You could be-
questionable.
yeah,
like
yeah.
it was, the trolls had a little bit of ammo, but this year, man, they got shut down quick. It was pretty
Yep.
funny.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, one
title is such
one
a
company had a
loss.
show and the other one didn't.
Yep. No, but Starfield is like it's a legit loss for Sony. It's almost kind of like this was kind of teased earlier when there was like, oh, MLB The Show, yeah, it's on Game Pass, but it was always a Sony exclusive, and that was like, why is that? And now this is like this is your top tier Bethesda title, and it's like, yeah, it's only on Xbox. Sorry, you'll need one if you want to play it. And
That's if it's not going to be another turd game, though. We got to remember that too. We haven't seen anything about the game.
well,
All
when's
we've
the
seen
last
is-
Bethesda turd game that came out? Yep. Keep thinking.
I don't need to think.
It's the Fallout that.
It's called
Fallout,
Fallout.
Fallout 76. Yeah.
I,
All right,
I wasn't going to
Fallout.
say a hit, but I was going to.
I know, like
I've already erased that from my mind, but yeah, Fallout 76 was a piece of shit, but it was also on everything.
I don't know. It wasn't that bad.
No, yeah, it's only because
It
you
was-
played it that you disagree. Some of us refused to buy it because it sucked.
I didn't have to buy it.
No.
So.
Jesus.
I bought it. I haven't opened it.
It's a
I have a
collector's
collector's
item.
edition.
Yep.
What a big mistake that was.
Yeah. It was not like buying like a board
return it.
collector edition or
Couldn't
Like-
even return it. EB was like, we don't want that.
we
I know we said we take everything, but
No, we don't
don't want
not
that
that
thing.
not that one.
Not that one.
We're actually going to give you store credit to keep it.
Oh, yep.
Can you imagine something?
Oh,
Take it and go. Just take it and go.
Just go. Just go. Just go. Take it. Go. Here's $10 in store credit. All right. So yeah, I thought that was such a bomb at the presser. So, all right, next story.
Okay,
I'll take this one. I saw this some news starting to come out about this, and I thought it was kind of interesting. VR Nerf gun battles are coming to Oculus Quest next year. Now, Nerf has made lots of attempts to break into the video game area with their, the Nerf guns and stuff like that, and it's kind of always fallen flat. This one actually might have legs to stand and run with it. Looks like it's coming out originally on the Oculus, and it looks like it's coming out in 2022. But it might be the time that Nerf actually makes a venture into a video game space that actually lives and has some legs under it. So,
And overlaps.
Now,
with
is
its
this a
audience.
competitive?
it's supposed to be like a Nerf arena type of game, is
Right.
what I was originally heard. There's not a
no
lot of game
gameplay,
footage
it's
out
just-
on it anywhere, but
Yeah,
I
that
was under the
sucks.
impression it's going to be kind of like a Nerf arena type. So I would think it's competitive multiplayer, but
So kind of like what your son was playing with that ball game, but with guns, Nerf
Yeah.
guns.
Yep.
Okay, that's what I'm visualizing. Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
so
Maybe I'll give that a shot.
Now,
So
I
we'll
thought
see.
that was a big announcement too, is because Nerf's, yeah, like Sullivan said, they've had trouble breaking in this space. They've tried to do some hybrid games and everything else, and really the answer is just put it in VR and make it Nerf, and
yeah, like we even got something for the Nintendo Wii U or the Wii. I think it was the Wii. It was that you dropped the Wii controller into a Nerf gun that had a special attachment, and then you would try to shoot through that, and it just never really worked the way it was. You would feel it should work. So hopefully, bringing it into the VR space, they can
No
lock this
duck
down
hunt.
and make it work. So
nice. All right,
next story.
next story. Yes.
All right, I'll take one. Niantic and Hasbro are making a Transformers AR game. I didn't know about this until I saw this. I'm excited about this. I hope this is not.
I don't know anything about this game, but can you like walk up to a car with your phone and then it'll transform into like?
There's nothing.
I'm-
There's nothing about it yet.
Oh, can you imagine? You have to like go around the world and like scan people's cars, and they're like, "Oh my god, I gotta fight this thing now!" Like,
For some reason, I think it's going to be the same shittiness as Pokemon Go and Wizards Unite.
Just another reskin.
Yep.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
Something else to do. The game.
You could actually go hang out with people.
You
You know,
can.
Talking
You
to the
can play
guy.
those
Coming from
those
the guy
AR
that
games that
still
Niantic
plays
made with
Pokemon
people.
Go. This guy still plays it.
I phone it in. I do
Hey.
one catch a day.
You open the app. None of us have opened that app.
Oh, I beg to differ. Why don't you talk to Yant Dog?
I'm
Yeah.
hoping.
Show's over. Let's go
You guys
home.
still
Damn it.
trading gifts?
Damn it, Jan, you still have my back on these.
Well, I would, but I literally okay. I don't leave my desk at lunch like I should. So I just sit there and play all the stupid mobile app games I have on my phone, and that just happens to be one of them. So, but I do not play Wizards Unite because that one just it had
Right.
so much possibilities, and then it got to the point where it was like a destiny for me because it was just a grind, constantly grind, and I was like, forget it, I'm done.
Yant,
Tired of
didn't
it.
you go to Wizard Fest?
I did, and the Wizard Fest was awesome. And after that point, it went downhill.
Oh,
It went downhill because
you
they started doing
chose
the
wrong
doing the
hero.
weekly
Yeah.
weekly things, and they were so bad. Like it just would not stop.
Yeah, it's like they killed it with over events, like
Yeah.
too many events, too many special events all the time. So
Hit you chose poorly.
I did.
You did.
I'm excited
Okay.
to see where it goes.
It's okay.
That's all I have to say about this.
All right, fair enough.
This big
I'm
transformer. thing.
the only reason that I left Pokemon Go for Wizards Unite is because I loved Harry Potter. The Transformers series has kind of thrown me up in the air. They sucked for a while, and then Bumblebee was good, but I don't know if I have my faith to put into this. So probably not for me.
Until I see more imagery, I mean, it'd be one thing to right now. But
Now, like Hit said, if you can make any car transform, like they have like a database of all cars, and you can be like that, like
Or not even like the database of cars, but like you know how the Google Translate, well, the camera will
yeah, just
Harry
does the
Potter
thing,
the
yeah,
letters.
yeah.
Yeah, like just do something like that. If you can turn words around like that, like maybe I don't know, maybe they
Maybe
can
you
do
can
that
turn
with
a
a
car
car.
around like
I
that.
don't know.
Yeah, I'm with it. So, all right, Hit
Oh, yeah.
story.
I'm gonna take the next one.
That's why I said Hit story.
I haven't strolled down here yet, but I see the one that I think I want to do. I'm surprised there's not more with this. Halo Infinite multiplayer trailer now out with details on Battle Pass, seasons, and more. This story coming from GameSpot. A deep dive on Halo Infinite's multiplayer has arrived at yesterday's Microsoft E3 press conference event thingy-majigger. um, so yeah, I don't know if you didn't watch E3. They showed us a little bit of campaign, and then ended it off with a trailer for multiplayer that showed us a little bit.
Sick.
It looked amazing. Apparently coming in the holiday 2021 now. Like I actually did
And
some
we-
research, and this last time that we got any
It
sort
was
of date, it said
fall
fall.
21. Yes, now
Right.
we did drop 3 months as part of this Hit. Yeah.
Well, and I like to go back to what I said before. Is this game got delayed a year?
Yep.
And this looks like it's going to be delayed a year, and at least.
I will say it looks a fuck ton better.
Yes, it does look better. Like when that campaign part where the
Even
overview
on
of the
PC?
world, you could tell that they had switched that honeycomb stuff on the sides of the mountains to actually be like that was one of the things that apparently they were trying to fix. Graphic wise, the game looked awesome. I haven't heard anyone complaining about the graphic stuff. I've heard people
this
complain about
hasn't
other
had
stuff,
the same backlash as last year.
Right. Now, like just the competitive scene is just trying to figure out if this is going to be good for competitive. I still think it's kind of a little too early to make judgment because even what they showed us, yeah. And today, I don't know if any of you guys watched today's 11 a.m. 15-minute overview that they went over, but they showed even more today. Talked about there's going to be a battle pass and that the battle pass is going to be unique. I actually kind of like this.
Yeah, they never
Curious
expire.
what you thought. Yeah, it doesn't expire and you can rebuy older ones. So like you never really miss out on like past seasons.
Yeah, you're always earning for the past or the present
right
at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah. They
Yeah, but
talked
that kind of
about
takes
how,
away a little bit of the uniqueness of some of the like the
Yeah.
Fortnite, the skeleton
that's like the
costume was
one
one
thing
of the
that-
ones that people like.
Yeah,
Oh,
but they,
I can't
but
believe I didn't
Fortnite
get
brings those back, and then they rip you off by charging you
They
30
charge
bucks
you
for
money
it.
for it. This is a much better way to do it.
yeah, like a lot of people at least with Sea of Thieves complain that like, hey, I don't have time to do these monthly events, so they had to like readjust because
Yeah.
people couldn't do it, and then they miss out on this stuff forever, and it sucks. So I like this approach that they're taking with
I
it.
do too.
Yeah. I like some of the gun changes, the way the weapons seem to fire.
Did you see the new shotgun though?
Yeah,
That
the
was
shotgun looked good.
interesting.
That that automatic DMRs type weapon looked really cool. Like it looks like it's hit scan too, right? Like very fast responsive hit scan. Um,
Well, that's
I don't
on
know.
console. That's not necessarily on your PC.
Yeah. And what was up with that?
What does
new
it have to do with
rocket-
anything?
The new rocket launcher was crazy.
Yep.
Yeah,
Alien rocket launcher that sinks. That was pretty cool.
that hammer gun that shoots
Mhm.
that big spike at you. That was pretty cool. The
Yeah.
grappling stuff. I had totally forgot that they introduced the grapple in the last trailer.
Yep.
Um, I was watching it with some friends on Discord, and one of them laughed when he grapples the plane or whatever that thing is, that new plane, and he like
Yeah.
jumps on it and throws the guy out, and
Yeah.
the announcer goes, "Grapple
Both
jacks!"
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
like, oh, that was yeah, dying from that.
I'm so glad that they got him back to do all these new things, because if you didn't notice during the E3 presser, there was like 5 or 6 new
Voices.
quotes that he had that
Oh.
were
Catchphrases.
things that we didn't have before. Yes.
I actually also noticed there's a woman announcer. It's not just him now. Like when he grabs the flag, it's not that standard
Flag capture.
flag taken,
Flag taken.
Flag.
right? Like,
Dropped,
and every time you
flag
drop it and
captured.
stuff, yeah.
Right, taken.
But this, it
Flag
was a
pick up.
woman's voice. I don't know if you
Flag
noticed. Like I went back and looked, and it was like the flag has been acquired.
Yeah,
Like, it was
because
very, like,
I had said flag taken, then she talked, and
Yeah.
then I thought the same thing with like got the ball during the oddball one, and they never said that either.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's some changes coming.
I like that they're still adding all the different armor sets too that you can get, and that new one was interesting that they're bringing back that kind of.
the samurai. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It goes back to what the Halo 3 Hayabusa, I think it was.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it looked promising. Still a little worried about the date. Like if that graphic date with like all the dates with everything they announced, and like Halo was the only one that didn't have
Yeah,
a
it's this
date. And I was
holiday.
like,
What?
like I get it. They don't
Holiday.
want to lock down a date just yet in case something
Because
goes
they
wrong.
did that once and they got
Yeah.
fucked. Yeah.
Like they don't want to do another Cyberpunk because they gave us like what 3 dates or something where they had to fucking delay all those times. But I hope it's this year. But I also hope that like if it's not ready that they'll delay it, and I'm
Yep,
okay if they
absolutely.
do that. Yeah,
Yeah, the part of the
I'm
trailer
excited.
that really got me. I was like, "Wow, that's totally Halo." Is the grenade launch of the sword,
Oh yes, when he
where it
hits
just blasted across the thing?
blasts
I
it
was like,
back to him.
I'm like,
yeah.
that is 100% Halo. I don't care who else might try to imitate that, but
I
that's
see, I don't-
definitely Halo.
I don't remember like if okay, so like back in the Halo 2-3 days, you used to be able to do that. It's like historically, it was at lockout. You used to be able to throw a grenade to the little tower, and the sniper come to BR3.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know if at 4 and 5 if they got rid of that. I feel
No,
like they
they-
may
you
have.
could do that
It's
in-
not.
you could
in
do that
them
in
at
5.
all.
It's not in those ones, right? Like they took that
I
out.
think you can do it in 5.
I don't think so.
Because like the weapons, like they were on like stations now.
Yeah,
They weren't.
they're
They weren't
like
like on the
lo-
ground anymore,
no,
right?
they're
They were-
locked into something.
Yeah.
Like a
Yeah.
whole.
So I didn't know if they like taken that away. And I assumed that they showed us that to be like, hey, this is back. Like,
yes, that's what I thought.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm watching the trailer again. What about that? Do you remember that one part where the guy like reflects
Oh yeah, that was the other thing.
shot,
Yes.
the
so,
shield.
like-
he was like,
like-
ding. Oh, by the way,
Yeah, that was a
um,
famous Spartan thing, right? Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
like, not just from Halo, but like just a Spartan is always have the shield, and the fact that like he like he deflected the plasma pistol back on the
Yeah.
guy. Now was that now? I was questioning this after. Was that a personal shield that everyone has,
It
is that a
doesn't
piece of
show
equipment?
you-
or is it that new thing that they were talking about today with the overshield? That the overshield is now a piece of equipment that you
no,
can
so
drop
it shows,
when you die.
It shows his arm, and his
No, I
arm
know,
has a
but
little
like,
shield,
but that overshield is now from today's thing is you choose when to use it and you can drop it if you die. So like, I wonder if the guy just like pulled it out to pull the overshield out for that split second to reflect it. I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm
He's
actually
carrying the
questioning it
hammer,
now.
so it's kind of hard
I
to tell.
definitely
Yeah.
don't know.
So like little things like that, I was kind of like wondering about.
This is a tough discussion for me, in case you couldn't tell, by the way, guys.
Why would it be a tough discussion? Seems like you're making a big deal out of something that people maybe shouldn't know.
I don't know. Looking at the
Right.
weapons seemed pretty
Right,
cool.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, they look pretty cool.
The sticky grenades seem like they're back.
They seem like they're
Could
back.
be. Yeah.
Yeah, no, everything
Yeah,
looks good.
everything looks pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah.
No,
That's
we
good.
can't. We got to keep talking about it.
I-
Derek, you
I,
need to weigh in more.
I have so much trouble during this part of the show.
The one thing, and a couple of people mentioned in my Discord was what's that new Cortana's name? What do we think her name's gonna be?
No.
A lot of people,
Susan.
Celeste thinks
Susan.
that it's Celeste's. It's like
I thought she actually said her name.
mine's Cortana de. That's what I'm
Yeah.
calling her, Cortana de.
I'm trying to remember back because I mean there was in the books there was a few of the AIs, but I forget if there was a naming convention to them at all. I don't think there was.
I don't know.
Nope.
Anyway, that was Halo E3.
All right,
Excited.
good
Next
stuff.
story.
Wonder what
All
the
right.
range of the grapple is. But
Next story.
anyways,
It's
Has got a name.
decent. Next story.
Can't do it.
The
man.
Xbox mini fridge will keep your gamer juice cool this holiday season. So
Why
this
is this a story?
That sounds gross.
this was
Gamer juice.
everybody said the Xbox Series X looked like a fridge. Then Xbox made the fridge. They gave it to influencers. And then there was something on Twitter where Phil Spencer was like, "Oh, we're in a Twitter battle with these guys. Make sure we win, and then we'll make it a real product." And they won. And now it's coming in the holiday season. So
I actually
I
kind of
ju- I
want to buy
just-
one of these. To be
I'm gonna
honest.
buy
I
one
think we
too.
all knew this was going to come, and I just thought it was hilarious how they
I didn't think it was
like,
gonna come.
oh, and one more thing in their presser. I was
yeah.
like,
I didn't think this was coming.
no, I'll pick
oh,
one
you
up.
didn't?
Yeah, I'm definitely picking one up for sure.
You thought it was only the influencers hit that got
I just
them?
thought it was gonna be like a limited event thing.
Yeah, and
like-
done. Yep.
I've done that so many times. Like,
Yeah. No, I'm psyched for this. I'll pick one up.
Does it hold like 10 beers?
so I was looking at it. It looks like
It's like
looks
a
like
mini
3 rows of
fridge.
6.
Yeah.
You
So
think
like
it's that
maybe
much?
I'm thinking like 18, maybe 15.
I think that's 2 rows of 2.
No, if you look, there's 3 rows. It's the bottom 2 are definitely 6. It's just don't know what the top row is. It's a little blurry.
Well, yeah, because they
I'm
also
gonna
have the
play it
cans
safe and go
shoved
with
in there
3.
sideways, right?
I'm gonna say like sideways 3 of them instead of 6 standing up.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna go with.
Either way. I already have
Oh, we need to
2
know. Like, if it's 24, there's a big difference. Like, it's a full 2-4.
I have 2 fridges in this room already, and I'm gonna add another one right behind me where people
Of course,
can
and
see
you have
it.
like 8 Xboxes and fucking
Oh
eight,
my
31
God.
Ouya's. Yeah, we know, Derek.
31 Oulias!
So it
We
looks
know
like you can
got
fit
one
okay,
of
so,
everything times 8.
The
Uh,
They're
picture
going to
looks
take your
like you
crypto
can fit
farming
2
in
on
your
the
house
top,
from a satellite. It's
Yeah.
gonna be
4 and 4. It looks like that's
8
16.
I'm saying 10
18.
it holds.
18.
I'm saying 15.
I'm saying 18.
My original was 18, but I'm gonna go 15 to 18. Yeah,
I'm saying 18 because there's
I'm
looks
going
like you can
10.
2 sideways at the top, and then you
Right.
get 4
See?
on the other 2 shelves. So that's
Either way, it's 18 more drinks than you have within arm's reach.
no. I've got a mini fridge pretty close. So.
I drink a lot of
Alright.
water. I don't really drink a lot of pop or canned beverages. But
Yeah.
And I can't fit my wine in there either. So. Or alcohol. It's too small.
All right,
All right.
next story.
I'll take one. Back for Blood DLC available to all party members if the leader owns it. I think this is a pretty cool idea.
This is a
Did
long
another
past
game
its
already do
time.
this?
I don't think so.
I feel like I've heard about this before, and I feel like this is a.
I think another game. I think you're right. I think another game tried it, but the game didn't go off very well because
Right, I think so too,
So
I
people
agree,
just kind of
yeah.
ignored it. But people love the Left 4 Dead, and the fact they're bringing this back, and it went over really well with all the people playing the alphas and betas.
Yeah.
I think that this is a really cool concept. That way, people will never miss out on like, oh, I can't play with my buddy because I can't buy. I'm not going to buy the DLC or whatever. Now you can play with your buddies if one of them wants to buy it. So, and then you can, and if they more DLCs they come out in the future, if one person wants to split it up and buy each DLC, they can get on and play with
Yeah, no,
their
I think
buddies.
this is such a cool concept.
Yeah, totally agree.
Like, think about all the times, I forget which game it was, when you're in the lobby and it's like,
Halo.
not all players. It was that
Halo.
Halo? Yeah.
Halo, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
You're not going to this playlist, and they would update it all the time. And it's like,
yeah.
like, why'd you add DLC to this fucking playlist? Now we can't play it.
Yeah, that's the most frustrating thing ever.
Yeah, because Selden over here doesn't want to fucking pay for
Yeah.
it.
Zelda's always he's the cheapskate
Always the
of
guy.
the
I
group.
was
Yeah.
never that guy in Halo. I
Yeah.
always had him.
Always
No, it's like Selden has the Among Us DLC, but he does not have the new awesome map pack. And you're like, Selden, come on.
True story.
Lies! Lies!
Oh shit.
I think more games like in this type of genre should start doing stuff like that. I think that would
Oh, I do
be
too. And it might get
Um,
people to buy the DLC because they're not always going to be with the person that had it. So
Yeah.
they'll be like, "Well, that was fun. I'll pick that up so that I can play it whenever I want." Like, it's almost like a backdoor sale.
it's a teaser.
I
So if
feel
you're
like
playing with your
there's
buddies and
some
you like
game that
map,
has this already. Like, we're just on the tip of my tongue. It's
Yeah, I feel like there might be one too hit. I just can't put my finger
yeah, I
on
just
it,
can't
but,
put. Yeah,
but
I
this
can't
is
put it.
the highest profile game that's done this. No doubt, right?
Maybe.
I don't know.
I
So
don't remember.
let
Anyway.
it percolate a little bit. He might come up.
Man,
with
one of those things like in the middle of the night, like, aha!
Ah, I've got it. And then I get a text at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
it was fucking some stupid ass game.
There's probably something like Fusion Frenzy had something
Yeah.
like that.
Oh. All right, good stuff. Next story.
I don't like any of these stories.
All right, I'll
Yeah.
take one. Ubisoft debuts its open world Avatar game in E3. So this was the end of the Ubisoft press event. They were like, "Oh yeah, by the way, we just updated our fucking engine to some fucking amazing shit, and this engine can do everything." And then they're like, "Oh, by the way, look at this." And it's like, Truk Makto, blah blah, and like it. This was the most realistic looking Avatar game. It looked like Avatar, to be honest. So
What I want to know about this game is it tied in with the movie, with the first movie? Like, is this coincide?
I think this is tied in with the next two.
Because I feel like it comes out when the movie comes out. Like, it seems kind of coincidental.
Yeah, like all these
'Cause-
movies are coming. The game is coming. Everything's on board. The game looks movie quality. Like I think this is like, if you liked Avatar, you're balls deep in this game. Not to mention that new engine is sick. Right? Like that looked pretty amazing quality.
Sure.
It looked
I don't
okay.
know.
Well, maybe you didn't watch the Ubisoft presser and you're just saying, I don't
Yeah, I
know.
mean, I didn't have a. That was the other, actually one thing about the press conference that I didn't like
Yeah.
is the quality, man. Remember the mix? I was gonna message you guys and be like, remember the mixer days when it was 4K?
Oh, it's always
Because like
4K.
during that Forza Horizon part, oh my
Yes,
god, that was
yes.
awful, awful. I was like, yo, is something wrong with the quality?
Yeah, that sand looks awful pixelated
So-
more than usual.
So which stream are you watching on?
YouTube.
But which broadcast?
Probably.
Xbox.
Okay, so we watched everything on the E3 broadcast.
Okay.
And they're like, look at this shit's in fucking 4K and it looks like a photo. Looked amazing. And then all of a sudden cars started driving through it. So they were doing it right.
I mean, the broadcast is not in 4K though. Like, Microsoft has already said this.
No, Microsoft said it.
Yeah, like the thing was streamed at 1080, and then a 4K would be released
Provided
later.
Yeah.
Yeah, offline. Yeah.
Blue Mixer's not coming back, and Microsoft's not going to give up FTL. I'm sorry, buddy.
Yeah, because I didn't get to watch the presser yesterday or when it was on. I actually watched it today, and that was in 4K when I watched. Well, it was my son's birthday. We had the family over and everything like that, so I couldn't watch it. But I did watch it 4K. They had Forza Horizon.
What?
So
It
fucking
looks
beautiful.
so glorious.
It was
How
just,
dare
yeah,
your
it was
kid
like
have a
those
birthday?
mountain scenes and stuff like that. I'm like,
Oh.
wow,
Hope he got
yeah,
punished.
that's just
and the water,
so-
the water is
Yeah.
like trickling in it, and
1
then
week.
cars come by. Yeah.
And
No
the
TV.
mist through the jungle as they were showing the rays coming through this
Oh,
mist, I
yeah,
was like,
yep.
wow, that's so spot on.
No TV, no movies, nothing. He's getting punished.
It's punishing your son for having a birthday.
Fucking dare he?
How dare he? Oh, it's like Dill. He always has a birthday during E3. He's lucked out the last 2 years, but we'll miss your shit next year, bro. All right. How many stories we got left? 2. Next story, Selden. I can see one
I
that's
will-
right up your alley.
I will take this one since it's not. the
That's
other one.
not the one that's up your alley, but yes, go right ahead.
Oh, I can't wait to talk about this one.
Guardians of the Galaxy make a strong first impression.
Ugh.
Montreal, look at you. Eidos, is that how you say it? Eidos is
Eidos?
Montreal's Guardian of the
Eidos.
Galaxy. Makes an incredibly strong first impression. This came as a relief given that the last time I saw, or that the writer of this article saw this preview of the Marvel game from Square
The trick
Enix.
is not to read the story, just to talk
Anyways.
to it. Yeah.
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 But
No, keep on reading. I'm sure our
No.
listeners love this. Selden.
I thought
This this game looked terrible. Why didn't they spend money on the real people's faces? This
no, ironically, this game looked
is
amazing.
an outrage. How can you fucking believe this? This game's got garbage already. I'm not playing this game at ever.
why couldn't they get the real
I thought-
Groot?
Why
I
couldn't
thought-
they spend a bunch of cheapskates to spend the money on the real likenesses?
All right, I would agree with that if this was the Avengers game, but this game looked amazing. I liked the Gamora look with the eye things. I
Avengers.
like the Drax look with the eye things.
But they don't look like the actors. This is
No,
a
but they don't,
travesty.
But
Travis, I'm not playing this game. This game's garbage.
no, because Guardians of the Galaxy was always a trash comic. It didn't matter. It was brought into the Marvel Cinematic Universe as a lark.
Oh boy, here
So,
we go, guys.
I actually like this game, and I think it looked good.
Of course you do. Of course you do. Because your
Give it-
logic
give-
makes
give
no
it time.
sense.
Give it time. Give it time. He'll.
I
I give it by the time it
kinda
comes
bad.
out. He'll be like, I hate this. This is
And
so
then Peter
dumb
Quill
looking."
has the
Why didn't they get
No,
Chris
no,
Pratt
Chris
like
Pratt-
this?
no, we got-
These
we
guys
got
are
the other guy.
cheap.
He's got the
Unfucking
shaved
He
side.
does
believable.
not look
Tom.
like it. He doesn't look like Batista.
None of them look like them, but it doesn't matter because
None of them do. So, you shouldn't like this, given your logic.
I know you're trying to combine two logics together. Okay?
No, he's
It's
not.
it's a superhero game based off Avengers that don't use the likenesses of the actors. This is exactly what you said about the Avengers game.
It is what
And
I
the
said about the
voices.
Avengers game, but I never felt like the Guardians ever should have been in the Avengers.
Oh my god!
It was a
Doesn't-
trash comic hit. It was a throwaway.
It doesn't
Nobody
matter.
liked
They're
the
Avengers. They're Avengers. Doesn't matter. You don't get that say. They're Avengers.
Nobody liked the Guardians of the Galaxy. They were a throwaway comic.
You could say the same thing about Iron Man. He was
I-
a third tier character, man. He's now the face of the MCU.
My tag on BBS's back in the 1980s was left bracket, right bracket, RONMAN, Iron Man. It was literally, he was a baller character. That was before I became D Smooth. I was always Iron Man. So yeah.
I'm gonna start calling you Iron Man.
Yeah. He was the best.
So you're only gonna be able to play Star-Lord in this game. You're
Yep.
not gonna be able to play Rocket or anybody else.
Doc Schmidt, yeah.
Dumb.
That's also very dumb.
Yeah.
The current Guardians
don't they
wasn't
just
the
call
original, according to Blue.
Why
And I
don't
would
they
agree
just
with him.
call it Star-Lord, the
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy story?
Yep. Marvel, or should I say Disney, kind of went off the rails on all this stuff. So none of the story is real anymore, Blue.
Wow. Yacht. Busting dreams.
They're out of
There's
control.
no dreams busted.
Out of
They're the
control.
ones busting dreams.
All right.
Except for Pirates of the Caribbean. They're doing amazing jobs at that.
Oh, kids looking for free DLC. Anyway, early
Also, how we don't have a Sea of Thieves story is a travesty on its own. Derek.
We were talking about it. We knew we were going to talk about it, so we didn't put it in the story, so we didn't steal it.
Unbelievable.
All right.
We need Hits Corner. Hits Corner. That's what we need. A segment called
Hits Corner.
Yeah, let's add Hits Corner. We could put it right by Selden's dick cam. All right.
Wow.
That'll get us bad. I don't know if we want that.
Last story. Amazon will open Luna Cloud Gaming to Prime members between June 21st and 22nd. So
nobody cares.
Prime Day.
We have xCloud.
Prime Day, they're going to open up this fake service that's like Selden's. I can't remember the name of it now. Well,
Stadia.
Stadia. That's what it was. Yeah. These third-party Android. No, nobody cares, right?
Nobody.
The only way this will take off if somehow they get a lot of the gamers on Twitch to do it,
or they give the hardware away for free.
That too, but that's not happening.
No, it's not, because they decreased the price from $49 to like $32 during this sale, but that's $32 too much.
I think any kind of streaming service is just it's got to be attached to an established platform. It's got to be hooked up to Steam or Xbox.
Wow, you chose Steam prior to xCloud?
Well, if
he was just dropping them all.
I'm just dropping them all. It's just got to be attached to an established service that people already have titles owned in.
No.
Otherwise, people are going to be looking at this going like, I got to buy the game a second time if I want to play it over here. And
yeah,
I just don't see it happening right now. I mean,
that was the Stadia problem.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah.
That and they fucked up the release of it.
Buy this again. Why would I buy it again? I have it on all my shit.
Yeah.
And it's a 10-year-old game. Yeah.
But other than that,
next story.
There's no more story.
All right. That wraps up gaming news. So if you have stories you want us to talk about next week, give us a call, 773-527-2961. Email us at podcast@toolplay.com or post on this episode's thread on the Toolplay homepage, and we'll bring your shit into next week's episode. Sponsors! This is the point where I'd be like, our sponsor X is the best, and you should buy their Y. We don't have them currently. We used to. So throw us a bone. If you want to sponsor us, 773-527-2961. Podcast@toolplay.com. You tell us what you're selling. We'll tell us what you're going to pass. We'll sell it. You pass. Boom. Done. Twitter us up. You can find everything Toolplay at twitter.com/toolplay. Everything podcast related at twitter.com/still_got_game. We're on Facebook. Facebook the fuck us. Facebook.com/tool-to-play. We also have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/tool-to-play. That's where you can find all the archived episodes of all of these shows, including Hits Quick Hits, Crinkle Crinkle Crinkle, including Selden's Cam Show, including Tiff's Immature Interviews, including Yant's Beard Fest. We never posted any episodes.
Hey, I
of
was gonna
that,
say I
but-
never had a show.
Yeah, no, we didn't post those episodes for some reason, but maybe those will show up at some point. But yeah, find all of our archive video content there. It's like Netflix for Tool to Play. Let's see. Please rate and review the podcast in iTunes. We need some 5-star reviews, so go there, drop 5 stars. And if you have an extra 5 seconds, write a nice review, like bring back Yant's Beard Fest. All of our classic shows. You can ask for anything, just comment, say something nice, and it'll mean a lot to us. We also have a Twitch channel, twitch.tv/still_god_game. That's where we broadcast live each and every week on there. We also do have some archives on twitch.tv/stillgodgame, but yeah, definitely go to YouTube for that. We have a Discord channel, tooltoplay.com/SGG Discord. That's tooltoplay.com/SGG Discord. Lots of us are in there. Some, like during the E3 presser, Hit and I were chatting with the fans. Selden and Yant nowhere to be seen. But
Now we know where Selden was.
yeah, exactly. He's like, oh, I'm having a birthday party.
I was at work. Thank you very much.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, so some of us are in there all the time. Some of us not so much. Some of us we have to mention Yant directly instead of just with hosts of the show to get a response. But we're all in there all the time. If you want to hang out with your
I see your stupid host. I just ignore it.
if you're a super fan, join our Discord at toolplay.com/SGG Discord. And so let's go around the horn here. Hit, what do you got going on? Where are you at? What do you want to pimp this week?
Just the usual. Follow me on Twitter, i6hitman. Follow me on YouTube, i6hitman. And if you want to watch my live Twitch broadcast, twitch.tv/i6hitman.
It's
That's
actually twitch.tv/i6
underscore hitman. Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
No problem. I got your back, bro. Yeah. All right. Selden, what do you got?
I actually don't have a lot going on. Just so much family stuff going on lately. I haven't been able to do much, but you can always find me on any of the socials at Selden007.
All right. Fair enough. Yant.
Nothing. Just support everyone. Show some love.
All right.
Give a random stranger a hug.
I'm agreed. Do it.
All right. Well, I am on the socials at twitter.com/Derek Nolan, facebook.com/Derek Nolan, instagram.com/official_Derek Nolan.
You gotta get that fixed.
I won't even get into the other ones, but and I'm also not gonna pimp the Restaurant Employee Relief Fund RERF.us.
Why? What happened?
No.
Are they in a scandal?
No, there's no scandal. If people want to go there and do that, they can. But this week I am actually going to implore people to go out to a restaurant.
Yeah, you should employ. Yeah, stop staying at home. Go. Yeah, I agree with that.
Go to a restaurant. You're vaccinated. Everybody else is vaccinated. We're all having a good time. Go out to a restaurant and
Or a brewery.
or a brewery that serves food. And just tip strong. Tip 30, 40, 50%.
50%. 50%.
We've all done it this past week, maybe more than once.
There's that we word again.
I've done it this week more than once. It's just
I
good
do tip well, and I've always tipped well, but 50%. I'm not a YouTube star. I'm not a Twitch star. I don't make that much money to be dropping that money.
I've only done the 100% tip a couple times in my life, and this is not one of them. But this is one that I'm jumping up to the 40 or 50% for places that I'm going back to for the first time since pre-pandemic, and trying to make up for time lost. So, yeah, if you can, if you have the means, I highly recommend it. Yes, yeah. That was a Ferris Bueller thing. So
Yeah.
but yeah, if you can, do. help these people out because they've been hurting, and chances are you have not. So, or maybe not. Maybe chances are you were hurting too, but I have not. So I felt guilty and I helped people out. So, but yeah, please go to a restaurant, have a good time, have a meal out, and kick up that tip. All right. Well, I want to remind you all that you can join us each and every Monday night live at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific at youtube.com/tool2play, facebook.com/tool2play, and twitch.tv/still_got_game. And on that, why don't we wrap this 4 Horsemen episode up? I am Derek D. Smooth Nolan.
I am Raj, aka Hitman.
I am Chris Selden, 007 Selden.
And I'm James Yaunt. Roof.
I long for the day when Hit does not seem awkward saying his name.